Hello everyone out there on the internet, I'm Jack of all trades and we are here for Boku no Hero Academia, My Hero Academia Season 5, Episode 2. Getting on with the actual story now. Episode 90, Vestiges. I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly. Not too much to say, last episode was good fun. Filler episode, anime original, content, but it was fun. The post-credit scene, cliffhanger, last scene of the episode, everything with Dabi showing up. So I assume we'll be filling in the gap of what happened between him casually walking down the street and then ending up in a hideout with Hawks there. Because yes, Hawks seemingly can't be fully trusted. We'll see. I'm curious, because I think there was something in the My Hero Academia School Briefs Volume 4 where you get a little, like a page or two of Tokuyami doing his internship with Hawks. And there's a bit of an inner monologue there where Tokuyami's questioning, this guy's asking me a lot of questions about Endeavor and his family. Wonder what's up with that. But if he's playing to Endeavor, like trying to endear himself to Endeavor, but is also working with Dabi, I'm curious where this is going to go. Reminder, for my current knowledge of the series, I've seen the anime up to this episode. I have read the School Briefs light novels, volumes 1 through 4. I have read the Vigilantes spin-off manga, volumes 1 to 8. I have read the full manga. Up to this point, I have not read beyond where the anime currently is. And, of course, I've seen the first two movies, and I've now seen the trailer for the third movie, World Heroes Mission, which I will have the link to my reaction to that and breakdown on screen. So yeah, nothing else really to say, let's just get into it. 3, 2, 1, play. Just let it sync up with all the Funimation logo, pretty colors and stuff. Purple. Okay, so we're picking up where we left off. But we're gonna see more of this scene. Oh, okay. Did Endeavor keep fighting after that? Yeah, he killed Snatch. Or maybe he didn't because it looked like Compress got him. Oh. Oh, okay. Oh. Oh! Okay! And the wind from that kick puts out the flames. This is Mirako. He's one of the top 10? Ujiko. Oh. Oh. Alright, he's gone, yeah. Okay. Ujiko has a very similar looking quirk to All For One's grey gooey portal, but this looks sort of dark bluish black. But no, Dabi saying to Endeavor, stay alive. We're gonna talk again. Because he's 100% a Todoroki. Again, it's a nice intro. It's not a super hype one. It's not. I think the intensity just doesn't grow much with this intro. It sort of stays at the same. It's not really got like an interest curve, I suppose. So we're going to get to this point, and it's ready for the chorus. This is cool again. The massive long tracking shot of most of 1A using their quirks is great. And then we get Midoriya and Shinso flying at each other and previous all for one for all users. I don't know. It's just not got anything. I don't want to say it's not got a crazy amazing moment in it, but that's diminishing the quality of that, again, epic big continuous shot. Okay. Oh, okay. Hmm. Okay. So they're not on the same side necessarily. Okay. Yes, I figured. Okay, so he's undercover. I was gonna say from wanting to talk to the boss and stuff. He's trying to find Shigaraki by going undercover. Okay. And it's this woman who, again, we saw her before back in the second film, I believe. There was a brief scene of her talking with Hawks. Oh. Okay, okay. So the stuff we got of Hawks being heroic and stuff back at the last season. Makes sense. Oh, has he been turned into a Nomu, perhaps? Okay. That's interesting. Just out in casual street clothes. And I like that again, Hawks' wings are sort of growing back. Nice. Still waves back. Cool. Because that's how they got away last time, was just we did an attack on them, or so if we have someone on the inside, they'll know what the plan is to escape. Sort of paying off the family to take Hawks and train him. Hmm. Too fast for my own good, yeah, that's been said before. Okay. Oh, an endeavor with the scar now, nice. Are we going to just spend the rest of this episode with the family? And Shota outside, raise her head, keeping tabs. And I thought he got on with cats. Yeah. Oh, nice. Mm. Oh, like Todoroki's. Oh. I didn't even consider that. Oh, I forget his big sister's name, but she's great. I had a primary school teacher. Mm. Also, they deliberately showed that flashback without showing the fourth sibling. Yeah, but we're mentioning Toya. Mm. She hoped they could start being like a proper family. Yeah. Nice. Oh, wow. Cool. I like the idea of... Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, I like that each of the kids have their own sort of stance on the situation. Cool. Nice. Oh. Meanwhile, back at the dorms. Again, in the winter season, the longer sleeve outfits. But we're gonna get another dream sequence. Okay. So like, why does it cover his like whole body except from his scarred hand? Hmm. Yeah. Okay, that's what the title's referring to. So as he becomes more in tune with One for All, he'll manifest more within this mindscape, and he'll see more of them within this mindscape. And why is the 1, 2, 3, 4 fifth person down sort of like glowing? Oh. Yeah. I'm glad we're getting his theme as well, because it's such a good track. So brother, yeah. Meta powers, before the term quirk was coined. So he's going to transfer the power between the two of them? Because the guy who doesn't want it, and a guy who is tacked for not having it, so he wants it. And that's how he built up his following, was by doing stuff like this. Okay. I was gonna ask, is this like just seeing a memory of the younger brother, or is it because, you know, they both had either half of the quirk that became One for All, so do they both exist within this mindscape? But it seems to just be the memory. I love that, just this little bit of world building, that it was called meta powers initially. I like that. I'm glad we're getting all this so early on, I dare say. Granted, it's season 5, but... Oh, we get to see his eyes. That's the first time we've ever seen his eyes. Because the top half of his face is gone in the rest of the show. Here we go. Reality doesn't follow the standard formula. Oh, I love that line. The ability to stockpile power? That still doesn't quite make sense. I hope we get more of that. Yeah, you're the 9th. Right, so asks Midori, I guess, access to more... Oh, okay, so this is an extended version of that scene we saw before. Okay, I was assuming this was now a second dream, but no, I think it's meant to be the same one. We're just getting a longer cut of it, you know. Okay. A fair bit to chew on with that episode. Okay. So, a new League member or person working with the League, I'm going to jump back and check what their name was. But they can do the gunk from the mouth teleport thing. Whether it's the same quirk or if it's just similar in appearance, I don't know, or we'll find out. I hope, this season. Because we've got, like, the League members we already know about that are working together. Plus, Gigantomachia is still out there somewhere. Kurogiri is under arrest, I'm pretty sure. He's been captured by the police. But we do also... Oh, there's Selkie magazines as well there. But now we have this, seemingly a third person with a portal teleporting quirk. And then we got all the Todoroki family stuff. There's a lot of good character stuff. Again, I know some people are vehemently against Endeavor getting a redemption arc, but no, I'm fully here for it. And then we got that bit at the end there with the One for All backstory, a bit more of the dream and stuff. So yeah, let me just... I'll jump back and have a look through this episode. So I'm glad we continued after Dabi walking up and saying hi, but he didn't just somehow get away. We got more of this. He was here to retrieve the Nomu, as well, he says, which is interesting. Because he seemingly doesn't remember Snatch until later. He's like, oh, yeah, that guy. But I have to assume... I get... My current guess is he's been turned into a Nomu. So I'm waiting until we see a Nomu that can manipulate sand down the line. But yep, then Mirako comes in. We don't get too much of her. I'm curious if she's just, another hero that's out there that we'll see in team-ups and stuff, or if we'll get some actual story with Mirako. Ujiko. U-J-I-K-O. He just says his name and opens his mouth. It comes out. Oh, it might be just blue because of all the blue fire and everything, so it might be the same quirk as before. It's just, the different lighting. So Ujiko, new character. I'm guessing it's the same quirk, but no, because All For One was, arrested. He didn't have a chance to transfer it to anyone. So that's interesting, and again, it's good to know the League. Even though... That's a fun idea, actually. Even though, they don't have Kurogiri anymore. They just had another Portals guy in reserve. Had a guy on the bench ready to bring out once they lost Kurogiri. So no, yeah, so All For One didn't get the chance to transfer the power before being taken to Tartarus, so it's someone else. We get a little confrontation in the warehouse. So the plan was that seemingly after they meet up in the restaurant and everything there, Hawks and Endeavor would have then the next day gone to investigate a warehouse. And then Nomu was meant to attack. Okay, but Dabi released a stronger Nomu than Hawks was expecting in the middle of a populated area. Okay, so Hawks is a hero, but he's infiltrating the League. And he wants to meet the boss, but they're keeping him at arm's length for now, because again, he's the number 2 hero. Gran Torino gets a name drop. He's still out, presumably with Suguruchi, tracking down other members of the League, presumably Gigantomachia, because that was the last sort of trail they were on. So Dabi starts bleeding from under the stitching and stuff. Okay. Or staples. I've thought so much about it that I've gone crazy. Thought so much about Snatch, so he was lying when he didn't remember him. He's actually been thinking about that guy a lot. Why does he start bleeding there? Gone crazy, made me think twice. And is this one of his? Is this a duplicate Dabi? But no. Okay. But no, Hawks and Endeavor have a nice chat on the way to the train station, and then we get the family stuff. So I like that. Was it Fumi? Is trying. She always seemed the closest to their dad out of the kids, or most accepting, perhaps. Whereas Natsu, as we saw last season, not a big fan, but then was still cheering him on and everything in the big fight. So I like that he's, pardon the pun, but we don't know his quirk yet, rather cold to his dad. But that Todoroki is willing to hear him out, sort of position. It's like, yeah, we'll see how it goes. And I do like, because I immediately went, why is Todoroki here instead of at the dorms? But just got Aizawa standing outside with the car. And even though this cat is screeching at him, he still wants to play with it. Which ties in with his backstory and vigilantes, and I like the line from Natsume being mad. I only just found out today that Shoto likes Soba because they've been kept apart. They weren't allowed to sort of interact much as kids. But equally, we, from our omnipotent third-person viewer perspective, already knew that because that's part of his character bio. Is he likes Soba. So that's not even a thing that comes out of nowhere for us because we've been following him. So it shows sort of even his own brother doesn't know him as well as we do. Like they're taught. I like seeing on the news, and again, these are all just side characters that we're never going to see again, but making everyone look unique and have unique quirks and stuff. And I like that the look boy, as he's been dubbed, is a bit of a meme in this world. Nice. Endeavor reflecting again on the talk with All Might back last season. That's good. So it is curious that all that's visible of Midoriya through this smoky stuff is like the top half of his face, and then his right hand with the damage. I wonder if that's to do with, I think, before he was doing full cowling, it was a lot of focusing one for all into a finger or a punch or something. So I wonder if that hand has just had more one for all channeled through it and thus manifests here. And if he's thinking about using it, so the part of his head with the brain in it is visible here. Or if it's just, this is meant to be 20% of his body visible. We're just showing that to emphasize his hand again. But I like his inner monologue here. Next to me, there was a beautiful woman with a tough expression on her face. Nana Shimura. I wonder if there's a specific reason why we see Nana in full color, while the others are sort of all... The next one's tinted red, then blue, then purple, then yellow, and then the two in the back, they're also obscured. So yeah, I don't know why she's in full color. Perhaps it's because, relatively down the chain, she's not as far removed from Midoriya, or if it's like she's meant to be glowing white, let's say, and thus just looks to be regularly colored for us. Is the one in yellow meant to be Toshinori? Maybe. What he's sort of wearing looks different, a sort of flowing robe type thing. I'm not sure. Because how many are there? So if Midoriya is the 9th, and we have Nana, the guy in red, the guy in blue, the guy in purple. The hair on the yellow guy does look like Toshinori. And then there's the two others, and then the first. So yes, the one in yellow is All Might. I have to assume because it looks like his hair, and it's just what he's wearing. It's sort of throwing me off. But yes, then we get a couple flashback scenes of All for One and the brother. Because again, I said it before. I wasn't sure if they're both here in this mindscape, sort of constantly battling each other or whatever, because All for One's brother was the first one to have One for All, but All for One gave him the power stockpiling quirk, so he had a part of it. He made the quirk, so is he here because he still has a certain amount of connection with it. But no, seemingly we were just seeing these flashbacks because again he brings in other people throughout the rest of this episode. A guy being discriminated against because of his appearance, people calling him a monster, his own family, and the guy discriminated against by people with quirks. So All for One sort of playing both sides to build up an allegiance to him. And I like that, we see the fangs and everything disappear, and they manifest differently on this other guy. It's not just the exact same asset, it's not the same thing. And it's the same quirk, but it appears differently on him. Hints of that thing of, people with more monstrous looking quirks, even now being discriminated against. Sort of Gang Orca is highly ranked on that list of heroes who look like they should be villains, which is a thing for some reason. We get it a bit in Vigilantes that, yeah, this guy's turned into this big, like, mantis monster and thus needs specialized living accommodation and stuff. And it's all just the world building and, again, meta power. It's great. I assume that that's in reference, like, meta humans from. Is it Marvel that uses that or DC that uses that term? My many friends adore me. They just act the way I wanted. Yeah. You can see now why. I'm curious how much more All For One will get throughout the story, because again, he's locked up in Tartarus, but 100% is getting out because of. I've said it many times before, but it's a new season, so I'll present my theory once more. The first My Hero movie, they state that Island has security equivalent to Tartarus. And that security was breached by having a guy on the inside. So I get the feeling that Tartarus is also going to have a prison break at some point down the line. Probably not this season, but it's going to happen. All For One's getting out. I think Stain is also in Tartarus. I'd be curious if Overhaul is, given the fact that he can't use his quirk anymore. He's not got arms or hands, so he might just be in a regular prison. But no, we're gonna have a prison break down the line. So we'll get more All For One then, but I'm curious how much we're going to get in the story if we'll get more of him in these dream, flashback, memory scenes. But it's good here that we're getting more of his character. When we saw him in the story before, it was, yeah, he's the big evil villain, but he's playing that role deliberately at this point in the story to sort of aggravate All Might and everything. You took everything from me, so I'm going to take everything from you. Sort of setup. And we're seeing how All For One built up his following, which I really like. And again, they bring back all this music from the All Might versus All For One fight, talking about when the Demon King will be defeated. Yeah. And again, that great line. Dreams have become reality. Reality doesn't follow a standard formula. I love that line so much. This reality where you don't bend to me, I'll remake this too. So again, he says, you're dear to me. I found a meta power that even you, with your withered body, can use. But I'm curious, again, we still don't know what his reason for that was. All Might posited before, some people think it was just a torment to the brother, some people think it was like for All For One had some actual use in mind for it. Yeah, it'll be interesting to find out more of that, because again, we know it's like, both in order to pass it on, both participants have to be willing and conscious, and has to be like ingesting the DNA somehow. So All Might's giving Midoriya hair to swallow, and presumably Nana did it that way as well, because I can see Nana doing the whole eat this joke. But how exactly did it happen for the first time? It would be interesting to find out. And then we get a little bit. You're the 9th one, right? I wanted to show you more, but you're just barely at 20%, right? Brother sort of talking to and reaching out to Midoriya. Midoriya reaching out back. Be careful. We're long past the singularity point, but it will be fine. You're not alone. Well past the singularity point. Okay. The quirk singularity was brought up last season by the meatball kid from Shinketsu. I know, because the idea of that was that quirks would just get more and more powerful as the generations continue until we reach the quirk singularity. So we're already well beyond that point. There's a child out there somewhere who has god-level powers, you know? Or is this referring to something that's specific to One For All? They're just using the word singularity again. It'll be interesting to find out. Okay, and then the window shatters and is blown out, and things have been blown over, and One For All has been activated. In his hand, again, you know, the one that was visible there. Okay. An interesting episode. I'm going to be curious to check out other people's reaction videos and see what other people thought of this. But no, so I'm gonna end this recording and get this video uploaded to you guys. Yeah, hope you enjoy. From here on, these videos will be coming out the day the episode goes live on Funimation. I'll be sticking to that schedule rather than last week. I know I just put up my reactions to episode 1 and stuff. But no, okay. Right, but this was a good episode and the actual episode 1, you know. This is actually what was in the manga rather than doing the wee filler stuff for the episode 1, which again was fun. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the last episode. People being outraged on Twitter or whatever about boring filler episodes not giving us anything new. Calm down. But yes, I'm looking forward to following this story over the next few months, the next anime season. I feel like we wrapped up the Endeavor Dabi Hawks scene, that whole fight's come to a good conclusion now. That story, that arc, I suppose, has been concluded. So now I imagine we'll be diving headfirst into the joint training 1A, 1B plus Shinso arc, which will be a lot of fun. Right, yes. Before I just end up rambling, I have been Jack of all trades, and until next time, bye.